If you've been on the golf course, you'd see me yesterday. Well, I don't make any money. I learned one day.
Alright guys, how you doing today? Woohoo! Alan's here. Alan's here. Who else is here? Alright, there we go. Alright guys, it is 11 o'clock and I have an appointment with you at 11 o'clock. So I'm pretty excited that we're starting on time. I understand that with Realtor time, we'll probably have a few people come in. Please invite them up to the seats that are open and that sort of thing. But how do we typically start off each one of our meetings? These are not rhetorical questions. What do we do? Well, even before that, Nick, what do we do? Keep our mind right.
Oh, affirmations.
Affirmations, I like it. Good deal. All right, so kind of cute. I love it. Come on in, ladies. This is awesome. Great job. All right, so help me out here. What's one of the affirmations that you guys are working with personally? That, you know, you're making sure that we're keeping our mind right. What's some things that you're saying? First of all, what is an affirmation? Maybe we need to talk about that.
Positive talk.
What is it, Bill?
Positive self-talk.
Positive self-talk. Why is it important that we're doing that?
Build yourself up every day. Keep it going.
Yeah, I mean,
be positive.
It's a confidence game, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, we're sitting down there with a listing. I mean, do they want somebody that says, yeah, I think we might be able to sell the property? Or do they want somebody that says, you know what, if we do these things, we're definitely going to sell in this market? Who are you going to list your home with, right? Right. So we've got to go ahead and make sure that we're having that confidence as well. So what's some things that we're doing with affirmation? Just throw an affirmation out there, and then we'll go by. One affirmation. Not let me slide.
The real estate language or real estate, would that be?
I love this. Yeah, I mean, so that can definitely validate where you're going. Okay. But with what Bill's talking about is what's that self-talk? Like, focus is my superpower. I'm a listing machine. Whatever it might be. What's that self-talk you guys are saying right now?
I'm a great realtor and I work towards self-improvement every day.
All right, I'm a great realtor and I work towards self-improvement every day. I love that. So guys, we're going to say that on 3. I'm a great realtor and I work towards self-improvement every day. 1, 2, 3.
I'm a great realtor and I work towards self-improvement every day.
Good, how'd that feel? See, look at all the smiles right now, right? I mean, I know it's corny, but it works. That's why we do it, right? All right, so that's cool. Yeah, Clarence, why do we do affirmations?
I just heard that one. I don't know if I knew that one.
I like it. Why do we do them now?
Oh, because they work.
There it is. There you go. I like it. All right, cool. We're moving fast forward at rapid speed here. Now we got to go into the successes. There's a ton of great things that are happening in the market. So what's working in your world? Tell me more about it. This is not time to be bashful, by the way. So what's kind of going on? Tell me some good things that are happening.
Putting odd homes on Craigslist works for me.
Ooh, tell me about this. I heard a success story this week. I was hoping
I don't have that
many.
many on there. I'm trying to focus on the nicer homes, and got a phone call on one. Unfortunately, that person didn't qualify. Got an email on Wednesday, so people are looking at those. So that's helping.
You actually secured a buyer, right?
Well, unfortunately, that person didn't qualify.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
But anyway, you know, for me, I'm just getting started, so that's a success.
You bet.
To get responses. Okay.
So you've been doing this for less than a week, from what I understand, right?
Maybe we can have.
We can have, and you're getting responses, leads out of the deal. You guys catch that? Hot homes on Craigslist. You guys do have the ability to do that, and good things are happening, right? Yeah. Great. It's 1 or 2 other things that are happening.
Open houses.
Woohoo! Man, I love the energy up here, Chris. This is good.
We just took over a listing of somebody that had it for 90 days, and that 90 days they had 2 showings. We took the listing over, have already had 2 showings, and had 7 couples come to our open house yesterday, and we've had it listed for less than a week.
Less than a week.
And they've got 9 showings total now, and they only have 2 with the first realtor.
So what do you attribute that to?
Well, the realtor overpriced the property and took pictures with their cell phone.
Ooh, you guys catch both those?
So I went in and priced it appropriately, and I hired a professional photographer. Made all the difference in the world. Because we're talking about a $400,000 listing. They took pictures with their cell phone.
It's ridiculous, but it happens, right? That's evidence, right? So why are...
Where's the price you can go up to we switch over from the cell phone?
I do all photography.
Because I
I took them with an iPad,
Woo! I got my cat.
and it sold in 5 days.
Awesome.
I was just asking. I'm kidding. I personally, I wasn't gonna use
If
the
you
cell
could
phone,
see
but
these pictures, they were dark.
Okay.
You could see there was water bottles sitting in
I
the
feel like I was a
box.
professional
I mean,
photographer
it was
and I was taking
unbelievable.
them. Though, does that count?
It does. You hold it, it's good. You're
You're
golden.
painting up the pics, making them look nice, weren't you, Nick?
I
Right,
tried.
So here's the deal. Why are photography? I mean, I think photography. I mean, it's a simple thing. Why is it such a big deal, though?
That's
Oh, and
people's
their
first
agent
impression.
discouraged them from open houses. The previous one said, no, we don't do them, they're unnecessary, blah, blah, blah. And to have 7 couples come through,
Any of them unrepresented?
all of them had agents, but that's okay. They still came through, saw the property, and, you know, we're helping sell the house that way, I
Awesome. I
think.
agree. I mean, I think 2 major things, guys. I mean, by the way, see, the cool thing I like about this, somebody else had a listing for 90 days. You didn't revolutionize this listing, this marketing strategy. You just implemented 2 things, open houses and professional photography, and you're seeing...
And pricing and pricing.
There you go.
And they way overpriced it.
All right, so photography, major thing. One of the reasons I like it a lot is because the first place that they're going to view, the first showing, and start using that language, the first showing is done online, right?
Correct.
The first showing, all right? So if you're going to show it online, you better put your best foot forward and have a professional photographer out there. Fantastic.
And when I told her the price it should be at, she did cry. But I would rather her cry and be honest up front with her than to lead her down the road, you know, give them false expectations.
80% of advertising and marketing is price. You guys agree with that? Say yes or yes, right? So if you did make her cry up front, at least, you know, she knows what to do. She can make
She knows what to
decisions.
expect.
She can make
Right.
decisions for herself, right?
Yes,
Rather than sitting down, you know, getting into a negotiation and then she really starts feeling the pain, right?
yes.
Great point. Great job.
Hey, John. With photography too, it ratchets up the seller's motivation. I've noticed. I mean, it's real for them, and they actually kind of enjoy it.
I agree, man.
You know, they see the photographer come out. They look at you as the expert. You've got a staff that's
You got a
leveraging
team.
you. You got a team. It's for the newer agents. It ratchets that seller's motivation up a little bit. Get a little price reduction maybe.
I agree, man. I like it. You were in my notes for having some successes as of late, breaking into the top 25. So what's going on in your world, Mr. Nash?
Well, you know, thanks for asking. That was cool. You put that on there. I got a
Wait,
million.
what's the response? What consistency is what?
Consistency is king.
There we go.
All I could find was Burger King, the Burger King guy. So it just what's working is just focusing on the business. I have really nothing else to do. I mean, I really don't. 8 hours a day.
I'm gonna rephrase that. Focus, right?
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
I got $1 million in listings going in today.
Great.
Yeah. It's 2 of them, but it's $1 million.
Hey man, that's all right. All good.
Sign and lockbox are going up right now as we're sitting here. The listings are going in right now. I'm leveraged. My accountant, I got a bookkeeper, because one of the things with Keller Williams, the culture is the money, being financially healthy. My bookkeeper said I can't buy groceries in August.
That's motivating, isn't it?
So to answer your question, John, what's going on in my world? It's just really, this is what I do, and my focus is on the business. The market has ticked up, but I want to be a victim of my activities, not the market per se. So that's what's working for me.
Yeah, good. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate you sharing that too.
Thank you, sir.
Well, cool. So another thing in Keller Williams, what happens when you do a lot of production, or you're in the group, you're doing good things, and it's right around $2.5 million in production. What happens to your split?
You get 100% except for $50.
Yeah, you get a $50 transaction, which is agents and staff rewards program, right? So there's
Yes,
scholarships and
agents,
that sort of
yeah,
thing.
that's right.
So here's some cool stuff. And so there's been a number of people that, because of that market getting stronger, and because of the activities of a lot of those agents out there, we're seeing a lot of agents cash, which I am ecstatic with. So here's a few people that we want to celebrate. Pam Schroeder, Kathy Helbig, Gina Farrar, Chad Wilson, all 4 of them in the last week cash. So they get each one of them, at least until the end of the year, they get 100% of their paycheck. And some of them are even longer than that. So guys, that's some really cool stuff. And that's only right around $2.5 million in production. You get that 100% paycheck, you know, a 30% increase in production. I don't know where you get a 30% pay increase working 9 to 5. So I think it's pretty cool stuff.
The government, but
The government. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, guys, if you want to dive into some news you can use. You guys down with that? John Platt's really good about this. Come on, do it. Come on!
Keller Williams.
It's gotta be spontaneous. Now you've built up the expectation.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. All right, so cool. News you can use. So here's a couple things. Do you guys want to talk about how we're doing or how the market's doing? What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about how we're doing? Okay, so how we're doing, units sold year to date. This is the entire MLS. This is over 1,800 market centers, 1,800 offices in the MLS. So that services, I think, five counties, I believe. I think it's 5 or 7, one of the two. A lot. 1,800 offices. We're number 2 year to date. Number 2 in units sold. In the entire MLS, and that's true, guys. And that's accolades for you, right? Not the market center. The market center is just a summation of all of your successes. We're actually, you care to know who we're behind? Children's Kirkwood, by 25 units. So your sister market center just east is ahead of you guys. How do you feel about that?
How far ahead?
Proud to be
What's the
second.
difference?
Proud to be second. Love it.
We try harder.
25 units.
25 units?
25 units.
How about volume?
He's putting in 2 today.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I thought there might be some competitive folks in here. So what do you guys think about that? Adding maybe one more transaction over the course of the month. Can everybody commit to that?
This is sold, so,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can do that?
I took 5 listings in the last week. They'll be hitting.
There we go. See, I like it. Yeah, let's celebrate that.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so that's really cool stuff. I'm pretty excited about that. And then here's something too. So as we're talking about the language of real estate, and we're sharing that with our clients and how we're outperforming the market in pretty much every measurable category. Particularly, my favorite one is the closed units. That's the one I'm always focusing in on there because 2 reasons. One, that's telling us that we're celebrating our clients' successes, their real estate successes, and we're accomplishing their goals at a more rapid pace than anybody else out there. And then also, guys, here's the cool thing. At the closing table, you guys get an applause. You guys know what that's in the form of?
Check.
A paycheck, right? So those are 2 major reasons why I like the closed units, right? There's something else, though, that now we can use as well. And I had it on the market updates on Friday. I'm trying to send out the market updates every Friday, give you some information, and some of this stuff is actually a precursor. I'm actually regurgitating some of the information right now. But if you're looking for it, how are we doing on sale price to list price? 93.8%. How's that in relationship to all of the other offices in the MLS? We're tied for first. Guys, 93.8%. The entire MLS is 91.8%. So that means that you, on average, get just over $4,100 more than the average market center.
What are the top 2 reasons for that?
I'll pose that to you guys. What do you guys think that the top 2 reasons are for impression?
Good real estate agents.
Honest, again, I think one of the things that out there, it is as simple as you guys are employing the right ideas and strategies to position the properties to sell quickly.
Pricing, right? Has something to do with it?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think that's a very large piece of it. Is that again, Mike? 93.8% is where we're at, and then the entire MLS is 91.8.
Well, yeah.
One of the Coal Bank or Town and Country. Yeah, so that's awesome, guys. The next strongest one is 93.5%. And now this is a highly competitive one, so it does fluctuate almost on a month. I was on a weekly basis, so it's pretty tight. So we're at 93.8. We'll feel right on our heels at 93.5%. But if I've got that information, how am I using that with my sellers? That's powerful information, guys.
That when discount real estate companies come across their doorstep, that those discount companies are gonna attract their business, and they're also gonna attract buyers that are looking for a discount as well. And we're not a discount boutique per se, so we're gonna find a buyer that's gonna pay a fair price.
That's a really good point. I like that.
Sorry.
Guys, one of the things I'd be thinking of here is that, a lot of the clients out there, they think that we all do the same things as far as marketing or listings and that sort of thing. I don't even know what type of detail I might go into if I have this type of strong evidence where I'm saying, hey, look, guys, we outperform our market by getting closed units sold at a more rapid pace, and we go ahead and get more money on average for our sellers. What else is there to talk about?
Sign here.
I mean, not to be flippant, but I kind of am confused. What else is there to say? Right now, your highs are going to, jabber on for a while, but don't you think that there's a little bit of truth into that? I mean, the evidence is in. I mean, you guys are rocking, and you guys are employing the right things. And Dan, to answer your question, I think one, it is definitely pricing, and I think it's aggressive marketing, right? Aggressive advertising out there, right? I think it's awesome, guys. All right, so how do you think the market's doing out there? What are your thoughts? Good. In what way? Like, what do you mean by that?
We've been really busy.
Yeah,
We have very busy June,
I agree.
and usually it gets quiet in June, July, sometimes it gets quiet in the summer and stuff, but I haven't really seen much of a slowdown. It's
Why do you
just that
I agree with that. Why do you guys think that's true?
when it gets quiet,
Well, why do you think that it's as active as it is right now?
interest rates and.
Threatening interest rates. I totally agree. What did Matt Fedek say on Thursday?
10%.
He sees 10% by next year.
Yeah, no, he is buying into doomsday stuff. He's buying into doomsday stuff, but I will tell you, I happen to
Beginning of next year.
side more with him than saying we're going to be floating around 4, 5, 6 this time next year.
Well, we were talking to our financial advisor who watches, everything, and he says that January, February, they say 7, they're looking at 7.
I remember when 7 was still a good rate.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
It's all in perspective, right? So first of all, what do you guys think about this? I mean, where do you guys think that that's it? So I'm glad that we're talking about this, because right now we've got a lot of people that are in a euphoric kind of, yay, everything's great out there. Guys, there's some major league urgency. I mean, for anybody that's thinking about buying or selling right now, I'm not a big timing the market guy. And if I were to time the market, I would make a move now.
Yeah,
I'm personally taking that advice, by the way.
yeah.
Just an example that I had 2 listings this week. Coming soon signs in the yard, got contracts on both of them. They're not even in MLS yet. People just drive by and I go, there's one, let's go look at it.
That's awesome.
So John, what I hear from Matt is, he's being responsible with his communication with his customers. Is it could get there, so don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't be a typical agent that just says, "Oh, when you're ready." He's voicing his opinion about what he thinks the market's doing, and I think his clients appreciate that, and clients take action at that point.
Because I honestly do not believe it's outlandish. I really do believe there's a good chance that we could be there, this time next year. And what is every 1% increase in interest? How does it impact?
By 15% of the purchase price.
10,000.
Depending on where you're at, 10 or 15%, right? Your buyers need to know that. By the way, your sellers probably need to know that too.
And I don't know if he said that but he called it a matchstick market where, it gets hot real fast and starts flaming and everybody's going in and it could just die just as fast.
A matchstick market.
A matchstick market.
You see those hyper trends. You do, yeah. We saw one a couple weeks back about inventory where it was down at 17 days on the market, average days on the market.
I want to bring something up too, because I got to go to see Matt too. One thing I want to bring up, because we have a lot of new agents here, this is huge. He was a police officer, he was making $72,000 a year. In less than 7 years, he went from $72,000 to making $850,000. So it's doable, and he did it in a very short market, and he got in a down market. So it's not like he did all this in a total up market. So I just want to point that out, because that's something anyone can do it, So I thought that was pretty cool when he shared that,
Yeah, I never thought of this until he came to me at lunch, remember? And he looks a lot like Zach Galifianakis. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
I like him.
He's great. I love it.
Kind of short, but yeah.
I love it. Well, he just had a demeanor, the way he walked to me.
Oh.
Who, Fedek?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know who it is. I don't know.
He's awesome. All right. So here's the deal. You guys want to know what the median list price is? This is single-family homes in St. Charles. Median list price is $209,900. That's actually down. Remember last time we reported it was right around $211,000? So median list price $209,900. This is St. Charles County single-family homes. The average days on market is 152. That includes all pricing quartiles. It's somewhere down to like 70 for the low 25%.
And John, I was doing a radio show back in the day, and I was listening to some old tapes. In 1998, the average sale price in St. Charles County was $118.
118.
1998. So I was listening to that the other
That's
day.
interesting.
So, yeah.
1998, 118.
118.
Inventory properties is actually down in St. Charles County to 468. Last time we reported, we were just over 500. So 468 single-family homes are on the market right now. What does that tell me, guys? Inventory shrinking, right?
Sellers are on the fence.
Here's something else too on days on market. Half of the listings have come new to the market in the last 65 days. So half of them are right. Half of them are stale properties. The other half are what I would consider saleable properties.
How many days, Jeff?
65. So over half, according to this report, over half of the listings came new to market in the last 65 days. Pretty interesting stuff.
But the inventory's down, so what happened to the other properties?
How was your June?
Good.
How's everybody else?
And we've had houses that have been on the market for a while that, one, I had on the market for over 9 months, we got a contract and sold it. And I was about giving up on it, and we sold it, so.
Rockin', girl.
And we didn't have to reduce it or anything, I mean, we finally got it.
By the way, that's a huge aha there, guys. I mean, I would be jamming on anybody who's expired over the last 9 to 12 months. A lot of those folks, bringing them back to market, you might not even have to do a price reduction. I mean, this different market might give them enough exposure to get it sold, right?
I've seen quite a few being relisted after expiring, raising their price 10 or 15,000 just recently. I don't know if that's the right direction they should be going, but I just noticed that in the MLS.
Actually, it's interesting you bring that up because the report that I get on a weekly basis, it does indicate that if there's a little bit more momentum, we're going to start seeing price increases. Where are you guys seeing with that? How are you guys feeling with your clients? Are you guys seeing any of that stuff happen?
People are throwing stuff out there at higher prices to see what happens.
I know they're selling higher subdivision than they have in a long time. I've been shocked.
Yep.
Prices are getting.
I happen to agree with that in my own personal subdivision. I agree. Yeah.
That's another reason why I guess it's getting more urgent for the buyers. They see interest rates going up, prices going up, right?
Yeah.
So they're right windows.
Make it happen now.
So if half the inventory, John, you said is just come on the market in the last 65 days,
Yep.
what does the next 65 days? I mean, imagine how much is out there the next 65
A
days.
lot of people probably getting ready to list after the summer, I think.
I could agree with that.
I mean, think about it.
After they go on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Honestly, I guess I do think there's still a lot of pent up demand out there and inventory because I think you're right. When rates go up a point in 1 week, I think that's going to catch people's attention. I mean, it caught the stock market's attention pretty heavily, right? I mean, the whole week it was on, right? I mean, so it's finally, public knowledge now, hey, things are happening in the real estate world. So it's not this, secret that we had in the last few months. Which, by the way, according to the market report, literally January, we've had nothing but positive growth as far as units here locally. So that's also shown that. Cool. All right, so guys, I want to make sure that you guys are using those numbers. What I would like you to do, if you could help me out with this, will you share with me how you're using these numbers in your everyday business? I want to know what's working for you with that. I want to know those testimonials so we can go ahead and share that with others so they can leverage them as well. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Are you guys excited to go ahead and hear from one of my favorite individuals?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Scott Top Gun Peterson.
He's my favorite guy in
We'll go ahead and pull those over.
Are we doing it like television interviews?
This is better than Oprah.
Yeah, I like it. However you want to do it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm easy, man. So cool, buddy. First of all, I'm glad to have you here. I really appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us, sharing with us what's working in your world, and maybe some of those challenges that you're having too.
Very happy to be here. Appreciate the invite. And it's really cool that I see, like, I was over here a year and 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, while I was waiting for the Chesterfield office to open up. And I think it shows the consistency of the office. I see a lot of new faces, but also I see a lot of faces that I knew from that time I was over here. I like that.
Gotta be PC.
Cool, man. That's awesome. All right.
These meetings are great, aren't they? They're so uplifting.
And I have to tell you, Scott, I had put your name on the list for both these guys.
Yes.
Like,
Nice to see you,
yeah.
Scott.
Because you know what?
Appreciate
you can do it as a single agent anyway. You're awesome. So.
Thank you.
See, I wasn't lying. I told you that you had a lot of fans that wanted to hear from you.
I'm a work in progress.
It's awesome.
I've known Scott for a while. We have mutual friends.
He's awesome.
So here's the piece that I love about that, Scott. I mean, like, you know, so we all are a work in progress, right? And so a lot of times when you see individuals having a high level of success, you know, you almost can't relate to it, right? And I think that's what makes it so much fun to have a conversation with you, and I think that that's what, you know, so many agents take away that information. So let's dive in a little bit. So just kind of describe your business for me a little bit. You know, tell me, you know, what's working for you right now? Where are you focusing on? What makes you unique?
I would say that my business philosophy and my way I've been doing it for 21 years is it's a relationship business. I'm always building a relationship with my clients. I always want what's best for my clients, and in the end, it's best for me. That's how I keep going. So I think that having been with just one company prior to being with Keller Williams, it was 19 and a half years, and I took all I could take from that company and ran with it. But then when I saw another way of doing it, I was able to take my experience from that company and step it up, because the systems weren't in place there. And certainly there's just a myriad of systems that you can draw from at Keller Williams, and it's a positive mindset, positive attitude, always looking to give the agents more information about how you can expand your business and your life. You know, it's a lifestyle really that Keller Williams promotes. You know, I like that. And I took what I knew and I tried to adapt to the Keller Williams systems, but I'm not even anywhere close to being there yet. There's so many more things I could be doing.
First of all, you're recording, right, Keith? That was a great testimonial. Love it.
We're on. We're live.
Love it. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. You know, you kind of mentioned relationships, right? And that's kind of the center and the core of what you do and what you focus on. What are some specific things you do to really make sure that you're building and deepening those relationships with your clients to where they're excited to give you the business that you get?
I stay in communication with them.
How? What do you do with that?
You know, it's not the 33 touch. There's more than one way to skin a cat as I look at it. I'm not against doing that at all. I think that's a great way,
sure,
particularly for newer agents and veteran agents to keep in contact. I'm more, well, I like to keep up with people when something happens that relates to something that I know that we have something in common in. I might send them a text, quick phone call, email. So I do that, and when I'm driving is when I do a lot of lead generation. I like to, I'm kind of hyperactive and I like to use my time effectively, so I'm always thinking, who can I call, who can I call? So I'm not sitting there 9 to 11. That's not a bad way of doing it. That's just not my style. And that's the great thing about Keller Williams. You know, it's the mindset, it's the idea of how can you get from point A to point B. There's different ways of doing that. I do that. I handwrite a Christmas card every year. So it's just those type of things, keeping in contact with people. You know, if I see a sale in their neighborhood I think they'll be interested in, I send that over to them. It's keeping contact with them, but keeping contact with useful information.
That's good. I like it a lot. You kind of mentioned step it up, and you kind of alluded to systems. So what are some of the systems that you've been implementing as of late that have made an impact in your business?
Well, one of the things that I have always done is I don't farm because I really would be completely bored if I was just sticking with one neighborhood or one area. I've sold homes in over 60 zip codes in the greater St. Louis area, and I mean, I don't think there's that many agents that have probably done that many zip codes. And maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I enjoy it. I grew up in the St. Louis area. I know a lot of the areas. It's really helped me through the downtime in the market because I stayed diversified in what I knew and could sell. So I noticed 2 years ago that when I was here, I saw that my business activity that year was a triangle. It was basically Highway 70 on the north, Highway 44 on the south, Warren County on the west, and the city of St. Louis on the east. And that was a pretty big market, but that's where all my sales fell on.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. So is there an area that you might say that you've got a niche in?
Yeah, definitely one of the niches I got from being with Tom Shaw Realtors for 19 years is the acreage market and stuff. You do a lot of that. It's fun, and it's usually a higher end market, so your average sales price is higher. It's a little bit tougher to sell, but it's a nice niche market, and it carries you into a lot of the surrounding areas St. Louis, St. Charles County.
Okay, so if any agents out there might have some acres that they might want to refer, you'd be okay with that?
I would be. But I have to limit that. You know, I'm not interested in a 3-acre lot in a 30,000 price range in Jefferson County or in Lincoln or Warren County, because you need to be closer to that market when you're working on the smaller stuff. You really do. So what will happen is, if somebody does call me about something like that, I'll usually refer it to somebody that I think is well placed for that type of product. And I am mindful about it. I do try to keep my average sales price up.
So, so tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, if there's a listing that I think is too far out of my marketing area, or frankly, it's